Truth could be really simple. Listen in to how it's explained, just for a 5-year-old to appreciate even.
I just want to bring it back to your state, though, because you have gotten criticism from both Muslim groups and pro-peace Jewish groups. Last month, the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh chapters of the Council on American Islamic Relations, they issued a joint statement where they condemned you for saying that you loved Israel's pager attacks targeting Hezbollah in Lebanon.
I do. I absolutely.
Well, they said when our elected officials start condoning the civilian loss of life, our collective moral compass is irreparably harmed. That's a quote. And indeed, that attack did hurt and maim civilians.
It didn't. It actually, it was targeted for members of Hezbollah. No one uses beepers in that situation other than they were a member of Hezbollah.
There was a young child
that was a micro targeting to minimize civilians.
There was a young child who was killed who was taking the pager to their parent.
Unfortunately, tragically, because Daddy was a member of Hezbollah. That's tragic. He brought that danger and evil into their home, and that's what tragically resulted in that poor child's death. And that's what's so terrible. She paid the price because her father was a terrorist for Hezbollah, and I grieve for the death of Palestinian children and other innocents there. I don't assign any more value to their lives, versus my own children's lives, and that's why we have to destroy Hamas, and we have to develop a new way forward where people can live in peace, so that this kinds of death and misery, it has to stop. But it's not being driven by Israel. It's driven by Hamas and Iran and that kinds of commitment to destroy the state of Israel. And now you have idiots in this nation, talking about and chanting about from the river to the sea. And they try to pretend that doesn't exactly what that means. And that is Israel is in the middle of the sea and that river, and that has to be wiped free. And that's at least own your anti-Semitism rather than trying to hide behind a turn on words.
That's beautiful. Own your anti-Semitism. If you really hate a Jew, or you hate Israel and their policies and politics, at least be honest about it. That it's really from the river to the sea means to get rid of every single Jew. The answer, of course, will be education. That will be a difficult one. Will the Muslim world allow the notion of a human being created in the image of God that is considered a image of God and therefore worthy of life to live if they do not follow the way of Islam? So you have those who believe that that's the only way the world could be run. And of course, you have those who are can tolerate or are open-minded, that allow people to choose their way to live. Until there will be a recognition that a Jew could lead a Jewish life, and someone who isn't Jewish wants to lead a life as they understand under the image of God, we will have a problem with the education of the next generation. But you will still have those kids who will innocently bring the pager, the death that is being brought into their home, and carry that forward because that's all they know.